Was good, y'all? Rich Sosa back in a building with another banger. Now, first things first, before we go ahead and get started, I gotta go ahead and say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now, as y'all can see from the looks of the title and the screen, today I got a very special power forward build in store for y'all today. Going to be called the CATFISH Inside Out Glass Cleaner. And with this build, I'm telling y'all, we have the potential of pro dribble moves, contact dunks, and then when it comes down to the actual attributes, we're going to be able to get a 100 plus close shot, driving dunk, standing dunk, three-pointer, interior defense, block, offensive, as well as our defensive rebound. So look, if it's your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And I would highly appreciate it if everybody went ahead and smashed that like button. But more so than anything, be sure to comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. And I most definitely will be hitting y'all back with the response. So as y'all can see from the gameplay, we are pretty much able to do everything that we want out of this build. Now, the main reason that I'm bringing it to y'all today is because as we go into the breakdown of this build, you're really going to start to identify what makes this build a catfish. And I'm just going to go ahead and let you know right now, we are able to get the slashing takeover, which makes it even better on the offensive end. Now, when it comes down to the body settings, I'm going to go with the height of 6'9", 216 for my weight, with a 7'3" wingspan. Now, the body shape I like best is going to be defined. If you want to, you can go with builds or anything to your own interest. I'm going to leave it like this, and the first area that we're going to go ahead and get into on this build is going to be the physicals. So when it comes down to the physicals, I'm going to go with an 81 speed. When it comes down to the acceleration, 76. 82 strength, 82 vertical, with a 90 stamina. Now with the gym rat badge, remember you do get a +4 put towards this area. So the numbers are going to read 85, 80, 86, 86, and 94. Now from here, I think that this sets us up perfectly in order to get into the rest of the build. So the area that I'm going to start out with will be the finishing. So when it comes down to the finishing, I'm going to go with an 80 close shot, 74 driving layup, 86 driving dunk, with an 80 standing. Now we get 17 badges, and as you can see, I think when it comes down to tier 1, the badges that I'm looking at mainly are Pro Touch and Hall of Fame, Silver Slithery, then also Back Down Punisher, and then also Giant Slayer. Now for tier 2, I like Limitless Takeoff on Gold, Fearless Finisher, and I'm going to be real, I like every single badge that we're able to unlock out of tier 3, especially when it comes down to being on Silver. Now this is going to set us up on the inside for the finishing. From here, let's take it into the next category, which is going to be the shooting. So for the shooting, I'm going to go with the mid-range shot of a 79, 85 three-pointer, and then for the free throw, 78. Now we get a total of 22 badges, and for tier 1, I like Amped. We also get Midi Magician, Space Creator, Volume Shooter. Now for tier 2, I like Agent 3 and Green Machine, and then for tier 3, the main badge I'm really focused on is Limitless Takeoff on Silver. Now this sets us up perfectly when it comes down to the finishing and the shooting. Not only will you be able to be a threat from the outside, but also when you take it on the inside. So from here, to set us up perfectly, let's get into the playmaking to make sure that we're actually able to move around on the floor. So for the pass accuracy, I'm going to go 70, 72 when the ball handle comes into play, and then a 71 speed with ball. Now we get 14 badges, and for tier 1, I like Ankle Breaker on Gold, Silver Hyperdrive. Now when it comes down to tier 2, I like Quick First Step on Bronze as well as Vice Grip. And then for tier 3, if you were to throw extra badges into this area, I think this is going to be the perfect area for that. You're going to be able to get handles for days, Climb Breaker, or even killer combos and Unpluckable. Now honestly, this build is heavily focused on the offensive end when it comes down to the shooting and the finishing. But once we get into the defensive, I promise you it's really going to pull this build all together. Now for the defense and rebounding, I'm going to go with an interior of an 80, 70 perimeter, 70 when it comes down to the steal, 87 for the block, and an 85 for both the defensive and offensive rebound. Now as you can see, we get a total of 24 badges, and for tier 1, Gold Box Out Beast, Silver Post Lockdown, Bronze Glove, and then when it comes down to tier 2, I like Challenger, Clamps, Interceptor, and Chase Down Artist. And then to wrap it up on tier 3, we do get anchor, brick wall, rebound chaser, and pogo stick all on the silver tier. Now if you add everything up when it comes down to the badges and the 4 that we do get for my career, we have a total of 81 badges. Now the takeovers are going to play a huge factor with this build, but I'm telling you, we're able to get a lot of great takeovers, and with the ability to get pro dribble moves as well as contact dunks. Now from here, let's go ahead and check out the takeovers. We get the slashing, the sharpshooting, the rim protecting, and then the glass cleaning. And in my best opinion, I really do believe that in order to make this build a catfish, the slashing takeover is really going to put this build together well. Now for my best interest when it comes down to the takeovers, the first one that I would really consider, I would go with finishing moves, or you can go ahead and pick limitless range. Now normally for the second takeover, I do like to go with the defensive one, but let's just go ahead and say you wanted to go with double offensive. These are going to be the 2 takeovers that I would pick, finishing moves and limitless range. Now if you wanted to switch it up, I would have to say it's going to be between See the Future takeover and Paint Intimidation. Now overall, Paint Intimidation helps me out personally. Let's go ahead and check out the build to make sure that we made it correctly together. And if you did follow every single step, we should be getting these 3 comparisons. And as y'all can see, we were able to create the catfish inside out glass cleaner build. Now let me know in the comments, what do y'all think about this making an archetype? Would you make any changes and adjustments? And again, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody who did stay around and stick through this far in the video. Now take into consideration whichever takeovers that you do decide to pick from. That's going to give you a +10 port towards that area. Now if you buy your own boost, that's +5, and running with teammates that do have on floor general will give you a +4. So essentially, with the correct takeovers, buying boosts, and running with the correct teammates, we have the potential of a 100+ close shot, driving dunk, standing dunk, 3-pointer, block, interior defense, as well as both the offensive and defensive rebound. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave it like this, but from here, let's go ahead and check out the badge layout. Now when it comes down to the finishing, I'm going to go with Back Down Punisher, Pro Touch on Hall of Fame, and then Slithery. Now for tier 2, Fearless Finisher, Limitless Takeoff, and Core Silver Posterizer. Now when it comes down to the finishing badges, I think I picked the perfect badges in order to give us contact dunks, but also allow us to finish even better when it comes down to finishing at the rim. Now if you want to, you can, of course, pick other badges from what I'm showing y'all, but honestly I think this is going to be the best way that you can go about it. Now for the shooting, I think we're pretty set here as well. I went with Volume Shooter, Space Creator, MIDI Magician, Amped, then also Agent 3, Green Machine, and Limitless Range. Now when it comes down to this build on the offensive end, I'm telling y'all, pretty overpowered, especially if you're looking to add the correct badges. Now if you followed every single step, I'm telling y'all, this is definitely one of the better big man builds that you can possibly make at the height of 6'9". Now with the playmaking, I'm going to go with Gold Ankle Breaker. Then we also do get Break Starter. Now I like Hyperdrive and Mismatch Expert, and then for tier 2, I like Bailout, Quick First Step, and then Silver Vice Grip. Now if you do decide to throw extra badges towards this area, you're going to be able to get Clamp Breaker, Handles for Days, Killer Combos, or even Unpluckable. Now I really think that when it comes down to the playmaking, we're going to be just fine. You have all the badges that you mainly need equipped. Now for the defensive end, I like Ankle Braces, Box Out Beast, Glove, and Post Lockdown. And then for tier 2, Gold Chase Down Artist, Clamps, and Interceptor. Now for tier 3, I like Silver Rebound Chaser as the core badge, as well as Silver Anchor. Now overall on the defensive end, I don't think you could get much better than this. You have everything that you're going to need on the offensive end, and you're going to be able to guard any build 1 through 5. Now if you made it this far into the video, thank you so much for your support. I just want to say thank God for another day and another opportunity. Now look, if it was your first time coming through, be sure to hit that sub button if you're new. And I would appreciate it if y'all went ahead and smash that like button. Turn on post notifications to be a part of the Rich family. And don't forget to comment down TG for thank God, as well as where you're tuning in from watching today. And I most definitely will hit y'all back with a response. But with all that being said, I got one last thing to say. Rich out.